That's what it says.
Receiving your content.
Excuse me? I don't think it is.
It is.
There's something on the wing. There's something on the wing. Uh-oh. So now you just got to switch it over there.
Oh.
Oh. You guys are supposed to back me up there.
No, I'm not in a boy band.
Middle?
The white stuff. First time I tried it, I got a real sugar buzz.
Second time I tried it.
Was mainly just because it was the white stuff.
Pardon me, Al.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at optical illusions.
Optical illusions.
How optical?
Very,
How illusional?
very optical. Dang, we already got 2 people watching.
No way. They're both me.
You hitting the streams now? You gonna put your links up?
Yep.
Get everything going on live on YouTube. Oh yeah.
Throw your hands up.
Wrap it in latex or she's going to get your paycheck.
This is true.
I mean, that's good advice, but hardly relevant.
That is just solid advice, though.
It's solid. I'm not going to say it's not.
Couldn't put latex on it otherwise.
Okay.
What are we talking here today, guys? Oh wait, I know.
What is today?
Today is December 25th.
Sunday.
Christmas. That's hardly even close to true.
Lord, baby Jesus.
It's like, folks, don't listen to this guy. It's really not Christmas. Oh, stream health. 3 watching now.
Yo.
We're going to be starting here shortly, folks. We just have to put the links out and get our share on. And then it's Vader time.
It seems like there's a lot of outside festivals going on all weekend.
Yes, like
Everywhere I go, there's Freedom Fest and
Freedom Fest. That sounds like something I want to be involved in. Here they just found like
I heard freedom wasn't free though.
5 billion cubic gallons of natural gas underneath, I think it was Iran.
Who's looking?
I mean, I think they need some freedom.
5,000 cubic liters, that ain't
No,
nothing.
no, that's not what I said.
Oh, what'd you say?
5 billion cubic gallons.
Oh, that's plenty.
Think
Cubic
they-
gallons, hold on.
No. That's not
Gallon
right.
is cubic.
I mean, you can make a gallon cubic, but that's hardly a unit of measurement.
Okay, so I can't remember.
There's a shit ton, huh?
Oh, yeah, a lot. 5 billion cubics.
I don't mean to be...
Cubits. 5 billion cubits.
Cubits, eh?
Cubits.
Hmm.
All right, are we ready? You
Hold
got,
on, I'm working it.
you got stuff going on here? What's going on, man?
I'm working it.
Activity. I feel like I can hear myself breathe. You got us turned up loud today.
It's only in the ears, though. It's going to make you good and obvious of, like, where you're at. You know what I mean? If you can't hear yourself, you know you fucked up.
Oh, is that what you think?
I think I can always hear myself.
You shut up. God damn you.
Maybe it's because I talk so loud anyway.
No, you're all right.
Eric, did you just look on Facebook and learn the truth about 9/11?
I just found it out just now.
Whoa.
The whole truth?
Nothing?
Inside job.
Hey,
Bush did 9/11.
there's a lot of information out there to digest.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot. There's a lot out there on 9/11.
Weird. I
Was
couldn't
it-
hashtag 9/11.
Was that the worst attack on American soil ever? Or was Pearl Harbor worse?
No, there was more people that died during 9/11 than Pearl Harbor. No, the worst attack in our nation's history would be like the genocide of the Native Americans, I think. 100 million of them guys.
Yeah, but they weren't in our nation at the time.
No, it was their nation.
Yeah, but they weren't citizens of our nation on the same land.
No. It was their land and their nation.
Oh, yeah.
Crap, I got to repost.
Too bad they couldn't.
Damn it, we're losing streamers, man.
What's a streamer?
I don't know, like the things that are on your handlebars on the bikes whenever you're riding these streamers, you know.
I think of flag dancing. I knew some flag dancers in
That's
high school.
weird. I wonder why we've got yellow stream health.
I don't know.
being throttled back because of our content by
Probably.
the government.
I would definitely say there's something government involved.
If it's on the internet, it's the government.
It's government.
Well, China manages to do it somehow in there. I've always wanted to play in the, what is it, the hidden internet? Deep web?
The deep web. Just download Tor.
No, I ain't doing it.
I ain't doing it. Don't do it, man. Are
You want me to turn down the headphones a little?
we ready?
It ain't going to hurt my hearing. I mean, it won't damage
No.
me.
I'm going to double check and make sure that we're...
I always get a warning on my phone when I put my head. It says, careful, exposure to loud noises for a long period cause excessive
Okay.
hearing damage.
Oh. We're clapping.
Oh, here. This is fun.
You need more claps?
I wonder what the hell he's doing.
I have no idea.
What would require me to perform stupid human tricks for him? I can hand whistle.
I got to do something real quick. We're not quite ready.
Son of Beach.
Stop my screen for just a second, but it'll pick up and nobody will
What's that?
much notice.
What'd you say?
I want to join like a local tomahawk throwing tournament competition league.
Stream resumed. Now our stream health is green. Now our stream health is green.
Let me go back out there real quick. Give me a couple claps.
Bear with us, folks. Bear with us.
I think Eric's the only one watching.
Yeah, I am. The only one watching the stream. No, we got 3.
I mean Everett.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Hey, son of a bitch.
Huh?
Flip me off.
I didn't do that.
Think that's funny? Think that's funny?
I did not do that. I don't know what you are talking about. All right. Stream ready and everything?
Just about. I got to throw on a few things here. The old top of alt. Come knocking on our door. I'm gonna shut this door a little because it's brighter in hell. Out there.
I think the firefighters showed up and climbed the highest. It was like, what, 78th floor? That's a lot of flights of stairs. Could you
Just
imagine
broken
climbing that many stairs?
I wouldn't want to.
You wouldn't want to?
Fuck no, I wouldn't want no part of that.
These guys did a good job. Anyway, check 1, 2.
Are we ready?
You know,
Yeah,
Otis, the
just
elevator
about.
guys, are probably responsible because there's no way we could have had buildings that tall without them.
All right, you putting the link out?
Oh yeah, I already did. Go ahead and share it real quick.
Damn you.
Why did it go back to yellow again?
It did? I don't know. That's weird. I don't get it. Check.
2. Oh, wait, I'm 3.
Ready?
3.
Hold on. This ain't right. That's not the right one. Hold on. Uh-oh, we got a problem. Hold on.
What is our problem? We're 10 minutes in. We can't
I
have
know,
problems.
we do. It's not with us, but it's something I got to take care of real fast. Sorry, guys. Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy.
What the hell the problem is?
Nothing. Hold on a second. I can't explain it. I don't got time.
Son of a bitch.
I think he's rewriting source code right now.
Kinda.
I wish he'd hurry his ass up.
Man, I'm doing as fast as I can. Don't worry about what I be doing.
What should I be worried about, Eric?
Osama bin Laden.
I think he's dead.
Oh.
Pretty sure he's no longer.
I hear tomorrow, 9/12.
George Bush.
There's supposed to be a ceasefire in Syria, and Bashar al-Assad has agreed to quit attacking the rebels. And then after that, the Russian and United forces are supposed to join together with Assad and kill ISIS. So
You think that's what's going to happen?
That was the plan. It'd be the first time Russians and Americans fought side by side in a long time.
I think they should.
It'd be neat.
I'm with it.
Just about. Hold on.
Eric, who's our current Secretary of State?
Huh?
Who's our current Secretary of State?
Kill?
John Kerry?
Is it?
That's
Are you
not
sure?
right. I think so.
Okay.
Isn't it Hill?
Sorry about that, folks.
Maybe he's defense.
What about Hill?
Who's Hill?
Ari. Sure she's not Sec of State?
Could be.
She's not anymore.
She's not?
I don't know. God damn it. You're making us look like fools.
No, you're making us look like fools by making us wait 13 minutes to start our show.
Sorry, man. There's a couple things you got to get going. You want to produce? I'll walk out now.
Yeah, I can do this.
That's it. This is over. See you guys later.
All right, go ahead, Alex. You're going to have to finish that up.
Well, and then the building
Taking my laptop.
Oh.
No.
All right, you guys ready?
That belongs to us.
This podcast is brought to you by lineupmedia.fm.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends.
I'm so glad you could attend. Come inside.
You're listening to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal. Brought to you by lineupmedia.fm.
The whole truth about JFK, 9/11, Area 51, the Illuminati, the moon landings, Jesus and Magdalene, the CIA, KGB, and AIDS, the reptilian elite, Watergate, the New World Order, Bilderberg, the MK Ultra Project, the history of the world and the oppression of the human consciousness, to the truth about God, the devil, heaven, hell, and the delicate fabric of the universe.
You gotta say, I am as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Now your hosts, Eric and Everett.
Welcome to Surreal Talk, a lineupmedia.fm production brought to you this week and every week by audible.com. So to get your free 30-day Audible trial and free audiobook download, go to audibletrial.com, audible.com.
No, audibletrial.com/surreal.
Yeah, why don't you do this one?
Okay, audibletrial.com/surreal.
Okay.
You get your 30-day free trial of audible.com and a free audiobook download.
Sweet.
You can also, if you're going to be doing some shopping on Amazon, hit up our website. Just go to surrealtalkpodcast.com/Amazon. It'll reroute you to Amazon with our stuff already entered.
Oh, man. Look
Any
at that.
purchase you make will directly support our show.
Hey, thanks, Al.
This is true.
Anyway.
So we're back. It is me, Eric, Everett, and Alex this week, and we are. You guys know what the date is today?
Don't play jokey style. You know what today is.
It's 9/11, September 11th, the 15th anniversary of those terrible attacks that happened.
Yep. You've been waiting for this one, huh?
Yeah, ever since we started the show, we put together a list of stuff that we wanted to do when this was it, and I was like, September 11th attacks were.
Honestly, Eric, were you into conspiracies until September 11th, or
It wasn't even for years after that.
It wasn't. Yeah, and it wasn't even until years
Was
after
that the one that drug you in?
That's the one that drug me in. This is the conspiracy that got me into conspiracies.
What started it? What do you remember? What the match was?
I sure do.
What was it?
Anyway.
For me, it was somebody told me that there was bombs in the world in the Twin Towers, and I'm like, no, there wasn't. They just fell down, and they're like, look at this video. I'm like, wait a minute.
And that was your aha moment, huh?
Yeah, and then it was just you got to start looking, keep going, start digging. Like something ain't right,
And this has been almost the.
This is the
driving-
culmination of a 4-year.
This is it for you. Huh?
Yeah.
So what are we talking the first episode?
Well, first, before I want to give a sort of a disclaimer, we're going to do 4 or 5 episodes today, all about 9/11, the attacks. I just want to get it out there beforehand. We mean no disrespect to any of the victims or their families.
If we make any stupid jokes.
Yeah, jokes, comments, all that good stuff. You know, we do like to, have a little bit of a good time, but we're going to try to keep it a little more serious.
We do understand the seriousness of the situation, but at the same time, you know us.
Yeah, so, but we just wanted to make it clear.
Did your laptop just die?
No, it didn't just die. It just goes out.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so we just want to make it clear that we meant no disrespect to any of the victims or their families.
Yep.
That being said, I think we're going to talk about just the whole, the first episode would be just like the whole intro into it. What was 9/11? What happened that day?
I think most people know kind of what 9/11 was. Everybody knows what 9/11 is. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, even if they weren't even alive at the time, they know what it is.
Yeah,
now.
kids know. I mean,
let's go over it. There were 4 airplanes hijacked, 3 buildings down in New York City. 1 hit the Pentagon, and one
crashed in
Pennsylvania Field. Yeah,
and I know how many hijackers?
19 hijackers
Took 4 planes.
Took 4 planes. Yeah, yes, sir. 19 hijackers. It was Flight 11, which was a 767 Boeing.
How big is a 767? You know?
Yeah, I do know. You'll just have to give me just 1 second on the on the length.
It seems like whenever 19 guys hijacked 4 planes, it was kind of uneven. Makes you wonder why wouldn't you have 4 per plane? Or
there were 5 per plane, except for Flight 93, the one that went down in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, in the field.
So
that only had 4.
They were understaffed.
They were understaffed on that flight, yes. So they only had 4. The rest of them had 5. But as everyone knows, it was Flight 93, which went down in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, Flight 77, which crashed into the Pentagon, Flight 175, which hit the South Tower near the 60th floor, and Flight 11, which hit the North Tower about the 80th floor.
Yeah, that one had like almost a 10-floor range though with its wings.
Yeah, it was cocked at an angle. So just so everyone knows, there were 2,996 fatalities on September 11th.
Those are fatalities, not just casualties.
Those are fatalities.
How many injuries do you know?
Yeah, they injured. There was 6,000 they treated with another. So it was like 10,000 total just injuries.
Casualties, so to speak.
That's not counting anyone that died. Those are just injuries.
But like between just physical injuries.
Between fire and rescue, police.
Between everybody. So there were 343 New York City firefighters killed that day. Yeah, there were 23 New York police officers killed that day, and there were 37 Port Authority officers killed that day. So between the 4 planes, there were 265 people on board, including the passengers and the pilots and, the crew, I guess you would say. So 2606 went down at World Trade Center. That's how many people died at World Trade Center, between 1, 2, 6, 7. Mm-hmm. And the surrounding area, when they fell, the whole 9. And then 125 died at the Pentagon. So
there's only like 60-something on the plane that hit on 77, right?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how many people. It was very short amount. I remember reading a lot that they said that it was very understaffed. There was like 3 rows. That was it. So I guess the whole deal is 19 hijackers hijacked 4 planes with box cutters, and
that was their primary weapon. They didn't have anything.
That's
these
what it was.
Hijackers were Al Qaeda. They came
supposedly.
Well, yeah, that's what we were told, that they were Al Qaeda. But you know what? Actually, and I got to say that towards the end, because if I don't, but the 28 pages that are being declassified are pointing to a lot of different stories. Omar Mateen, I believe his name was one of the masterminds behind it, and he directly received money from Saudi Arabia, and they can prove that. You know what I mean? So,
well, they just opened not even 3 days ago. It made it where American citizens are able to sue Saudi Arabia over
the 9/11 attacks. Yeah. So, I mean, this is a pretty crazy. This was a big point in history. I mean, I remember I was 18 years old. I remember exactly what I was doing that day. You know what I mean? My mom come upstairs and told me we were being attacked. So, I mean, I can't really think of anything more. I don't know, man. It's like a big event that happens in your life. You know what I mean? And it's like a pivotal moment. Did this happen?
Everyone remembers that day. Where they were.
And you know what that proves is that they got their message across. Those hijackers.
Sadly,
they
15
succeeded.
years later, it's everybody's moment. Like it used to be like, hey, where were you when Woodstock happened, or when Kennedy was shot? Our generation is 9/11,
or when Lincoln was assassinated, right?
So, I suppose so. It's a little.
No, it only started with really Kennedy when it first started getting broadcast to everyone.
Right.
At one time.
It was Kennedy, true, but it was more people I was talking to some of the guys on the office the other day who were around back in those days. It was whenever Lee Harvey Oswald was shot live on TV.
Oh, by Jack Ruby?
Yeah, nobody ever turned their TVs off again. because they're like,
We just saw this guy get killed
Well,
live TV.
That's almost like a starter to whenever, I think OJ, wasn't he running around in his Bronco and the cops were just following him in the air? But I'm not sure when they started really filming police chases, but it wasn't until much later, what, 70s,
Other than on, like,
early
cops.
80s. Well,
Well,
even
yeah.
just on the live evening
well, there wasn't
news.
too many
there's a guy
famous
running.
people who would do. You know, it's not just any fool that's doing a police chase. It's freaking O.J. Simpson, Hall of Fame NFL
Right.
actor, crappy.
The
actor,
juice,
whatever.
yeah.
But I think you guys are onto something with the videoing of these incidents, because this happened in 2001 where like cell phones and everything was just becoming very popular, So I mean, we actually got
Cameras
some,
of the time were basically potatoes with a piece of glass shoved in them.
we got some decent footage of the attacks that day. Well,
That's true.
only on the trade centers. We didn't get any footage from the Pentagon.
Well, I think on that, but at that time, I don't think they had any kind of social media either. They all had
There
to
was no social
just
media.
try to call each other or text each other. But today, you could get on and maybe find somebody on with saying "I'm okay" on Facebook.
Well, I
even
don't
though they
believe
don't have a phone.
I don't believe these attacks would happen the same way nowadays, just based on technology and that everyone has a phone in their pocket. Everyone's going live on Facebook and tweeting out pictures and everything. So like,
Twitter would blow up
So
inside
this
of a
that was the
minute.
last
Yeah.
chance something like this could go down without total video coverage.
yeah,
of
I
it.
mean, yeah, if it happened now, it would be there
Dot-
a million cell phones watching
You
it
can
from
probably
every angle.
almost recreate a 3D representation with the amount of video that'll be on anything like that these days.
Yeah, that would happen.
You have so many angles, you can almost
Measure
I'm
it
sure
out.
they got a computer they could feed that into, right?
Oh,
They're
you would
supercomputers.
think, you
Yeah,
would think.
man.
So, yeah,
Osama
Muhammad
bin Laden,
Atta.
that's who it was.
Well, no, I mean, so the thing
We
about
got him.
9/11 is we were told from the beginning that it was Al Qaeda, and then it became, well, no, it was the Taliban, and then it became Al Qaeda, then it became Osama bin Laden, and then it was Saddam Hussein.
And then somehow we
So-
ended up attacking Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, so the interesting part about this whole deal is that this was the catalyst for the war on terror, the war that has no defined enemy, the war that can never end. This was the start of it. This is what brought in the Patriot Act. This event.
When and how can you declare victory in that war?
You can't. That's the whole idea. It's a never-ending
Perpetual.
war. Our deficit has, I think, tripled since we started this war on terror. Another $8 trillion on this war on terror.
Would you say it's a more failed than the war on drugs?
If not, it's a damn close second. I would think it's pretty
I
close.
think it helped
though.
regulate both. Just by the amount of power that was given to central authority.
Borders and whatnot too.
I think something that's very interesting.
Getting on an airplane is way different today.
I think something that's very interesting is that as much as everyone was, Osama bin Laden did this, Osama bin Laden, he was never officially wanted for the 9/11 attacks by the CIA, the FBI. He was never officially wanted for those attacks.
Was he ever officially connected to the attack?
Not that I know of. Well, I mean, that's what they told us. They're harboring weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Okay, so if Iraq did it, then why the hell? What's with Osama? I mean, why did we go in and invade Iraq? What was Operation Iraqi Freedom all about? They didn't do
Says
this.
it right there in the name.
They didn't do this, but we invaded them anyway because of it. I mean, it was a bad deal, man.
That's almost like more casualties to 9/11. Just
Right,
because
it's prefabricated. I feel like so that they can continue this war, and the war machine has to keep turning, man.
Do you think it has anything to do with how everybody knew that Cheney had big time stock in Halliburton and they had all the contracts? Do you think
I believe he was the former CEO of Halliburton.
that could be? But my point is, do you think there's a financial backing or not backing, financial reasoning to the attack? Like somebody did it for money?
Of course, yeah. That's and that's the thing.
You think it has nothing to do with religion or anything? It's about money. It's not about power.
Well,
it's money and power. That's what it's all about. Is money and power.
Well, the way they coerced these young men to do this was through religion. I mean, they wouldn't have tried to destroy the infidels.
That's
or
right.
been-
Well, the guys on the plane, sure. I mean, they're pawns.
Well, so
Right.
the official story is that 19 religious, devout Muslims, hijacked these planes, and they Allah snack bar. They did it for their religion, and
Snack bar.
that's
That's wrong.
That's the official story. But I got a couple interesting statistics, if you'd like to hear them.
I would love to hear them.
40% of Germany and 63% of Canada think that the U.S. government was involved or, if not, complicit in 9/11.
That's 103% of the world, right?
No. 40% of
Math a
Germany
little.
and 63% of Canada.
Well, I believe the EU, but maybe 2 months ago, announced that they found that United States was at fault for attacking Iraq.
Oh yeah.
They came out and said that America, it was almost like a war crime. They were debating on whether to
I can see
charge him
that
with a
though.
war
Bush
crime.
is like, come on, he was pretty much an asshole, and he needed to be stopped. That Osama, I mean,
That's
what
Saddam.
was his name? Saddam. I can
He's
get
an evil
confused.
dude.
He's an asshole,
In Iraq.
and he called Laura a bitch.
Laura.
Now, do you think maybe now, like claiming Iran has nuclear weapons, is going along the same line as saying they have weapons of mass destruction?
I think it could be.
Well,
I think
what's weird to me is we knew Korea had weapons of mass destruction, but we haven't been in there yet. You know what I mean?
no, but we will soon because they don't have a centralized bank, and I suspect that's what this is all about.
Just
Cuba,
moving in the
North
banking
Korea.
powers.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, Rothschild centralized
it's
bank.
always back to those Rothschilds, isn't it?
It's all about money,
and
man.
then
The Illuminati.
Wait, was Iraq part of OPEC at the time? I didn't know if they wouldn't. For some countries, we got a bunch of problems because they wouldn't accept the American dollar as payment for their petroleum products. So whenever they wanted gold or they wanted a different currency, we'd go in there and cause a coup. Or I think that's what just happened to Muammar Gaddafi.
I was unaware of that.
Colombia, same thing. We got to travel around the world and make sure they're buying oil with our money. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, man, this is and I know everybody remembers 9/11. You know, I mean, I couldn't get it out of my head. I felt like this was the biggest. I don't know, the biggest event, like false flag terror. Because we've had like the Aurora High
There's
School.
so many
shooting.
different theories, though, of why this could be a false flag.
And that's the thing. And I don't even subscribe to half of the theories that are out there. There's the no planes theories. There's all kinds of different theories out there.
Oh, the Pentagon, the Flight 77 is just.
It does.
No, I'm talking about the no planes theory for the
What
Twin
is that? Hold on, you
Towers.
guys hear that? Is that your computer?
Sounds beautiful.
It might be.
I hear your computer coming through. Hit mute. Just hit the mute button on your keyboard. It's got to be a pipe. You savage.
I don't even know how.
It's like the fifth button from the top
You
right.
savage.
Is that it?
Does that work?
That worked.
You savage. Anyway, sorry, folks. Eric is and always will be
Oh, yeah.
an a-hole.
So I think something that's interesting about the entire 9/11 deal is that architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard the
It's-
truthers. Is
Yeah.
that-
Well, no. This is a group of 1,700 plus actual architects and engineers that are top in their fields.
from different universities around the world, I assume.
Yeah, that they want to expose the lie that is 9/11. They want to well, they're architects and engineers for truth. You know what I mean? They want to.
They've looked at the plans.
Yeah,
they understand
these
the
are
building
guys-
processes.
Exactly. These are the guys that engineered buildings that know what kind of it would take to bring them down.
Right,
you
the
know.
actual math it takes to build a building like that. Not like, we're going to slap some steel together,
Right,
we're going to put
they-
some glass on the outside and call it skyscraper.
Right. Yeah. The guys that actually read the blueprints.
The
you
ones
know
that
what
got
I
to
mean?
go, okay, we need steel with this tensile strength to hold up a building that's 110 stories tall. You know, that
Yeah,
sort of
against
thing.
4.5 earthquake or what?
right,
Two airplanes.
Right. That's all got to be mathed out and engineered and all that stuff.
Yep. So I mean, and there's a lot of inconsistencies with every part of this conspiracy.
What?
You know, there's inconsistencies with the Pentagon. There's inconsistencies with World Trade Center 7. There's inconsistencies with the Twin
WQ7, I
Towers.
can't wait till we get around to that one.
Building
That was
7.
weird.
What plane hit Building 7? You
No
only named
plane hit.
4.
Well, that's the thing. No plane. They took down 3 buildings with 2 planes.
That's pretty
How'd that
sick.
happen? And
There was a lot of other buildings on fire and damaged, I assume, too.
there was a lot. Yeah, well, I mean, there's 7 buildings in the World Trade Center complex. The North and South Tower, which are 1 and 2, those both went down, and then World Trade Center 7 went down as well. But they had to demo the rest. 6.
They ended up taking them all down because
Yeah, they all had to come down eventually. Yeah.
I want to know what they do in the World Trade Center. I assume just any kind of
I mean, it was like-
international trade
It's a
deals.
business building.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
you
just
can
big
rent,
stockbrokers
offices and
firms.
stuff.
Well, and that's
Rent
actually really
floors.
interesting. The World Trade Center 7, which I'm not going to talk about a whole lot, but the occupiers of that building, that's some interesting stuff, and we'll get to that on that episode. But I'm telling you, you guys are going to be
Just
like,
who was in 7?
Really?
You mean like who was
Oh, you mean
leasing
like-
out floors on the
I mean,
building?
like, yeah, big discussions like the FCC. They had investigations going on, and then like the Enron investigation.
FCC?
Yeah, the FCC is.
Federal Communication Commission?
Yes, sir.
Weird.
Yeah,
and
you
then-
can't say
the big
7
Enron
bad words.
investigation, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, all the pieces of paper, all the evidence for that, gone. Who was it? The CIA had offices in there. The New York, that's where the mayor had his emergency room, Office of Emergency Management, OEM, was in there. They called it the
Like the city FEMA, more or less.
yeah. So they called it the Solomon Building because it was Solomon Barney is like the main. That's the top floor holder of that building,
right.
and they're the
they're the name holder on the outside of the building or
Right.
whatever. Yeah.
Oh man, we got some.
They got what was it? The day before Rumsfeld was it came out and said he lost a bunch of money. Pentagon couldn't account for.
Yes, yeah. I mean, so the money trails everywhere in this one. So I mean, we'll talk about the money in the Pentagon. We'll talk about the money with the trades with the Twin
plane
Towers.
that hit the Pentagon happened to be in what section? I think it was the accounting section.
Yeah, yes, it was. The plane that hit the Pentagon hit the budget analyst's office.
And actually,
Man,
strangely, what appeared to be like a little 3/8 of an inch ball of lead was found in the guy who runs that department's forehead.
Yeah, huh?
Really? Like a musket shot?
Just messing with you, like a bullet. Like somehow a plane,
He must have the Clinton disease.
They missed that guy with the missile or whatever. So they came in and just shot him.
Oh, by the way, did you see Hillary was at the 9/11 memorial today?
Yeah,
and
she left early.
Her skin suit started sagging. She had to walk back to the
She
van.
had like a health thing.
Yeah,
she had to leave.
health
It was a big
concerns.
health problem. She had to
Then-
leave. Yeah.
I saw the video of her climbing
I'm not
into
saying
the
it's
van.
funny, but I'm saying
and
she's
she
got health
just-
problems.
She collapsed on her way getting in the van. They had to carry her in there.
They fired
Wow.
Dr. Drew for expressing concerns over her health on his show.
Did they?
Yeah.
I heard he got fired a while back. I didn't know why.
That's why.
So you guys want to talk about? You said where you were, kind of, but give us. Let's all go through our 9/11 morning story.
I mean, I called off work that day.
I had skipped school. I think I was sleeping on the couch, and I woke up at like 10 o'clock. I was like, oh, damn, building's on fire, and I fell back asleep.
Mom come up and
Oh,
woke me
building's
up.
on fire. No biggie.
Yeah, and you know
Yeah,
what? Though
I don't live
at
near
the
any
time
big
though, I was
buildings.
18, and I didn't think I wasn't as invested. I didn't. It's not as big of a deal to me now, or
Sure.
then
Yeah,
as
right.
it is to me now. You know what I
You
mean?
were 3 months out of high school. 4
Right.
months out of
Did
high
not
school.
care about that
So
as much as I should have. You know what I mean? But Mom woke me up, said, somebody flew a plane into the Twin Towers. We're being attacked. I went back upstairs and went to bed. You know what I mean? And then she comes back up.
Did she say attacked at the first one?
No. But she comes back up 40 minutes later and said, somebody flew another plane into the other Twin Tower. We are being attacked. So
See, me, I'm 2 years older than you. I had been working at a newspaper, which of all places is an interesting place to be on the day 9/11 happened.
You're getting a lot of information coming out.
Well, back then I was, a young kid, 2021. I don't quite recall. I'd have to do math. I'm not good at math. We've fleshed that out. So I'm outside. I'm sitting on the fire escape having a cigarette. Whatever. It's early in the morning. I'm just starting my day. Lady comes out. We're sitting there. She's silent. And then a minute or so later, she asked me, so how tall is the World Trade Center tower? I'm like, hell, I don't know. That's a strange question. Just asking somebody.
1363.
How much?
1363.
See, I didn't know that. At the
Well, the
time.
other one, actually, there's a difference
course you
because
did.
they're supposed to be the same size. But
You
one's-
probably hadn't thought about that building since you watched, Home Alone.
Who
too.
knows the last time I thought about it.
Okay, yeah. So
Probably
World Trade
since-
Center 1 is 1368, and World Trade Center 2 is 1362.
Weird. Any which way, she asked me, what, you haven't heard what's going on? I'm like, well, no, I haven't heard what's going on. She says a plane hit one of the Twin Towers. I was like, that's crazy. That just happened? So she takes me across the third floor at the paper I was working at the time to the TV over in the sports department. We flip it on. Sure enough, there's a the live feed of what's going on. The tower's on fire. There's flames coming out of it. And then we're watching for a minute or two. And
Now, was there like a group of people there, I assume?
there was 2 or 3 right where
okay.
right where I was at. There might have been 5 or 6. It's hard to remember exactly. I had my eyes on the TV.
And as you were watching, I'm sorry.
As we were watching, the second plane hit live, and we all knew then. It wasn't just an isolated incident; it was an attack. And the newspaper basically at that point went into holy shit. Let's
That's
get it
when the
together.
whole America just stopped.
Right.
Everything.
It
Everybody in America stopped what they were doing.
There was a lot of fear that day. Do you remember how the gas stations were around here that day?
Yeah, I do.
There
I
was
went to
they
get
backed
gas.
up
all
for-
packed. There was a few of them over in St. Louis that put like $5 a gallon or so up.
My wife was going into school because she was late, and she was going in to sign into school, and everybody was pulling their kids out. She's like, "What are you signing in for, honey?" And, oh, well, I'm late for school.
Did
We're sending everybody home. People are coming getting their kids,
Wow.
And we're
They
about
shut
as-
school down. We were all graduated by then.
They didn't shut it down, no, but a lot of parents came and took their kids out.
I don't blame
I
them.
was in high school at the time.
Right.
I think I was a junior.
Did you guys know that at least 7 of the 19 listed hijackers are still alive?
How?
What? Objection.
Nope.
Didn't they
Google
get in
it.
the,
You're gonna, no,
No,
I'm
no.
not going to Google it. You're going to
You don't have to. You don't have to. Okay, so are still alive. This is according to BBC. No video footage. No video footage of the 19 hijackers or passengers boarding any of the 4 planes. Pilots of the 4 planes never squawked the hijacking code. Alive hijackers, ACARs. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that 7 of the 19 are still alive. The one even lived in Pakistan and went to the government like 3 days after 9/11. Was like, dude, I didn't do it. I've been here the whole time. So I think they're all just ploys. They're just what do you call that? Like
It's a paper man.
yeah, that's it.
Sure.
That's what it was. So seven of them are actually still alive, confirmed. Confirmed. 7 of the 19 still alive. And like I said, none of the 19
make
hijackers
sense.
were on any of the manifests, the flight logs, the passenger manifests. None of them. None of the 19 were on those.
You know how they had phone calls from people on Flight 93
I do.
whenever they were going to try to attempt to take over the hijackers in the cockpit? How come there was never any phone calls from anyone on the other planes saying, hey, we're hijacked, there's something going on here?
Right. Yeah, that's another inconsistency there. One big one that I didn't like was how the hell they find the passport? None of the planes, no bodies. How do you find the passport in New York City that day?
Yeah, like the
intact passport survived
the
the
chances?
collapsed building.
some guy walked by, was like, popped it out of his pocket.
This way, right? This wasn't just a.
Maybe takes a light or two.
They didn't even have to do that.
This wasn't just a
turned it in.
passport of just a regular passenger on that plane. This was the passport of the alleged hijack.
It's from another country's passport because they didn't have a United States passport, right?
Right. So how does that passport survive everything that happened? They found it just just walked
I
by.
mean,
How did that passport
devil's
survive?
advocate. There's like a 1 in a billion shot, so you're telling me there's a chance? You know what I mean, Lloyd Christmas style.
I mean, I look at it like this. We discussed the Twin
That's
Towers at work.
Quite a coincidence.
And
there's a
like,
lot of coincidences.
A hollow aluminum tube penetrated a steel building. So I look at it like this. You take a dumpster and an empty soda can, and you throw that soda can at a dumpster. I feel like that's what should happen.
No.
Yeah, if that soda can is moving at 700 miles an hour.
I don't care if
think
you
it would.
throw a soda can at 500 miles an hour, you're not penetrating quarter-inch thick steel.
I would
would
try
like
this.
to see that.
Yes.
You're not penetrating quarter-inch thick steel.
But I know they've done a lot of models of them.
I don't know
Oh,
why
yeah.
you think that.
They do a whole replica of in miniature to scale of the whole incident.
Nah, I don't know.
The
Not that I
building
know
and this
of.
tiny plane, the amount of
Well,
jet fuel in it,
NIST
thinner steel.
NIST redid their model of World Trade Center 7, but which we'll talk about in a later episode. But as far as a complete reconstruction of the Twin Towers, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, kind of like scientifically trying to reduplicate the result of what happened.
Yeah, like a computer-generated.
Well, not only computer, but then physically do it. But I'm sure they can do computer models. And in fact, whenever they built the building, the computer model said it should stand up just fine against
Even
one airplane strike.
Even the engineers that built it were saying that it was designed to take multiple strikes from 707 airliners, and those are bigger than 757s and 767s, which were the planes that were used on that day. So the Twin Towers were actually designed to take hits from planes.
The one here I always hear is jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
Yes, jet fuel doesn't. That's
long,
the
I
big
hear.
one we always hear about that, huh?
Well, again, devil's advocate, I'm going to throw it out there. Can't it weaken them? And if they're weakened enough, wouldn't the weight of the building, perhaps with the weakened steel beam, collapse?
That's the official story.
Are you ready for this? The Meridian Tower burned for 19 hours in Pennsylvania. 19 hours, and it's
There was
bigger
no
than
jet fuel, was there?
No,
The
but
Meridian Tower?
it was burned for 19. The one tower burned for an hour and fell completely down. 1 hour. Not even that. 40 minutes. 40 minutes, I think, is what it was for the second one.
That's pretty quick.
That's what I'm saying. So the Meridian Tower burned for 19 straight hours. Now, granted, there was no jet fuel, but 19
Jet fuel.
jet fuel.
There's no jet fuel.
That's what some of those other conspiracy theorists are saying, because they subscribe to the theory that there are no planes. That's all CGI. I mean,
Now
I
that
don't-
one I have a hard time.
I don't get behind that one.
That's mass hysteria level.
But
there.
there's so many different theories about this.
I know. I probably watched 50 different videos from just random people in their houses all around Manhattan with cameras out their windows. I don't think they could have all CGI'd every one of those.
Right. Well, I saw a pretty interesting one where, as it was flying into the second plane was flying into the South Tower, it went above, like it was coming straight through, and then the wing went behind a building. Where
I can
it should have
explain
been
that.
over the. Okay, well, explain that
Scientifically, I can explain why that would happen.
to me. Okay,
Optical
hit me.
illusion.
No. Do you understand? There's compression on files. Like files are compressed. They have algorithms so you can store files of less size. That's the thing. Like remember zip
Yeah.
files?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the whole basis around Silicon Valley, the TV show.
Exactly. So even video files, like when they're being recorded, they use a compression scheme to keep them compressed. So say you're drawing out an image and you're doing it pixel by pixel. Say 10 of these pixels in a row are all the same exact color of red. Instead of writing red, you can write red times 10. Now there is a slider for how much of a how close that red is in the next one. You know what I'm saying? If it's
Yeah.
like close enough, right?
Yeah.
So if you got a cell phone, but especially back in those days, and any digital camera back in those days, the compression in those was like, this didn't change enough, so we're just going to write that same pixels on the next couple of seconds. That's, in my opinion, when I've seen that same video you're talking about.
Where the wing goes behind the building,
Right,
where
I
it
think
should
it's
have been
just-
in front of it. It should have been in front of it.
I think
and
it was just the compression algorithm inside the camera was like, close enough. I'm not writing new information for these next several frames. That's what I think.
Do you think that the camera has that sort of programming to where it can say close enough? I'm not going to write.
That's
this.
exactly what compression is. It says close enough. Like
Or-
this wasn't changed enough, like between the two frames for me to write a difference in
So,
information.
so according to you, I should be able to essentially recreate that, right?
That effect
same
is-
kind of camera, same everything. I mean, that effect should be able to be recreated,
We're
right?
gonna have to go
depends
get
on
us a
it-
plane in a building and crash it
But what I'm
into
getting
another
at is
one.
that should be recreatable, right?
Yeah, a similar effect. Yeah, and it is recreatable.
You see
You'll
that,
see that.
you see that all the time, especially if you move your phone quickly, then it's trying to catch up, but it can't compute fast enough, so it just
Sure,
adds
like even
in line.
in shitty videos,
Oh, yeah?
you notice how they're like could be
I
like
can bend a
wet.
pin.
Yeah, well, that's a much better camera than the one they had on their 1 gig or megapixel
Yeah, this is
phone,
an
you know,
HD camera. You know that, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying.
with a lot more computing power behind it.
You are HD. Oh, sorry.
That's a holy deck.
Holy dive.
Hot damn.
Hot damn cameras. But so I don't want to really drone on too much because I kind of want to stay with a format on this. So this was kind of the intro. We wanted to just kind of, get it all out there.
Didn't talk too much about Afghanistan.
Afghanistan?
Afghanistan.
But
Hey, we're not at Stan McKean is okay.
no,
I had a little mess up in my speaking. You don't have to make fun of me.
Afghanistan. Yeah, well, I mean, we occupied Afghanistan as well.
Yeah, we did that. We
Yeah.
still kind of do.
We still do. Our soldiers guard the poppy fields.
That's what it's all about. Is heroin? Is
Yeah,
telling me?
GGG, gold. No, how it was gold, drugs, and oil. GOD.
God,
Gold,
huh?
oil, and drugs. Yeah, that's what this whole thing's all about.
What's the gold?
What? All the vaults in the bottom of the World Trade Center towers?
So they never
Empty.
What?
The
Yeah.
Iraqi gold is what it was.
Well,
Saddam had been hoarding it for
Muammar
years.
Gaddafi's gold when we
Libya?
Libya gone. Yeah, so we just steal
Wasn't that
gold is what the
Benghazi?
deal
Well,
is.
what's that? I mean, have you heard much about how they're paying off Iraq or not Iraq?
Iran $400 million in cash.
And then, well, it's up to like $33 billion. They say we paid them over like in gold and cash.
We're not paying them. They put that money was in accounts here when we put our sanctions on them.
Sure,
That
it's money
was-
we took from them, so
right,
to speak.
but
they're using it as
but
hostage.
For some
basically.
reason, we're giving them interest on it when we give it back, which doesn't make any sense to me
some
whatsoever.
bullshit.
Good guy,
Anyway,
America.
Were you trying to kill the first?
I was trying to
fire?
kill the first episode so that way we can come back strong with the Twin Towers episode.
Twin Towers. All right,
Yep.
I guess we'll go ahead and.
So we're gonna go smoke us a cigarette and be right back with.
I'm not smoking a cigarette. I quit
Oh, I didn't though.
many years
You
ago.
started vaping?
No, I don't.
He's a vapor, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
No vapor.
Ain't no vapor.
Yeah, he's
Here
a
we
vapor.
get it, bro. You vape.
You vape, okay?
Vaping's okay for.
I
those
pulled
of
up
you
next
who
to
don't
this guy on my motorcycle. He was vaping like crazy. Cloud got in front. I couldn't see. I thought, holy this guy's vaping. His whole little Mini Cooper was just
It's
full
like,
of
hey,
vape.
bro, I'm trying to drive here.
Looks
Could
like
you
Cheech
quit
and
vaping?
Chong going down the road or something. All right. See you guys
All
on
right,
the next
we will be
half.
back in about 10 minutes. Thank you.